So today we're heading over to Central Park here in Port St Lucie, Florida. This is one of the newest communities in Port St Lucie, Florida, just on the west side of I-95, and it's just on the north side of Tradition. So it's not part of Tradition, but it's located in the same general areas of Tradition. And throughout today's video, we're going to do a neighborhood tour. We're going to drive by some of the models, the builders, and I'm only going to basically promote 3 of the builders that I personally like. 2 of the builders that are in here I'm not really fond of, so I'm not going to bother promoting their products since I personally just don't like them for a lot of different reasons. But in today's video, we're going to go over the CDD fees, the monthly HOA fees. We're going to talk about average prices and what's included in your monthly HOA fees. And again, some of the pros and cons about Central Park here in Port St Lucie, Florida, so that you're better informed if you're considering moving here to Port St Lucie, Florida, and maybe Central Park is one of the communities on your radar or list of areas that you're considering buying a home. And if you're new to my channel, my name is David Rogers. I am a licensed real estate broker. If you're looking to move to Port St Lucie, Florida, you're looking to purchase a home between today and next year, I encourage you to call me, text me, shoot me an email, reach out to me any way you'd like. You can also follow me on social media, Instagram and Facebook. All my contact information will be down in the description below and throughout today's video. And without further ado, let's get started on Central Park and a quick neighborhood tour of the area. So this right here is Village Parkway and Verano Parkway. So if you get off of Crosstown Parkway off of I-95, that'll lead you into the Central Park area, and also on the backside of PGA Verano. So over here, this is going to be Crosstown Commons, another community. That's a different builder. And kind of let's do this. Let's head a little bit farther to the west and show you the back entrance into PGA Verano. That's one of the new entrances coming up right now. And also farther down this way is the other new gated community called Astor Creek. So this is a really nice area where Central Park is at. And of course, if you have the money, PGA Verano is going to be a higher end price point. And this is the new second entrance they're adding. It'll be another man-gated entrance from what I heard. Beautiful community. So these are the new style videos I'm going to start doing more of, like neighborhood tours like this, so that you're kind of more or less in the driver's seat with me, so you get a better feel of what this area looks like. So we're going to go up here and do a U-turn real quick once we get near Astor Creek. And over here to the left, this is part of Central Park. Again, there's 5 different builders, and this will be on the south side of Astor Creek. So way up there is Astor Creek, and I don't think I can do a roundabout up there. So we're going to do a quick U-turn, and we're going to head back to Central Park here in Port St Lucie, Florida. So what I was talking about earlier is there's 5 different builders. The 3 builders I would recommend most buyers considering are going to be Miranda Homes, Taylor Morrison, or Lennar. Each builder's different. I will go over the video of what some of the options are that each builder offers and doesn't offer. Some of the builders offer more upgrades than others. Some builders include standard, what they call design packages. So there's a lot of variance in different ways to consider when you're buying a home. I know that didn't rhyme or go together really good, but each builder is going to be different on what they offer when it comes to their home, their packages, their price points. And then all the lot sizes are going to be very similar here in Central Park. What's really cool is the amenities that Central Park is going to have. They're going to have a ton of amenities for their residents only. And the location is really good because you're only like 7 to 9 minutes from the heart of Tradition. You're literally 5 minutes or less to I-95. You got another Publix just right down the road. So this is a great location here where Central Park is located. Now we are heading east currently on Verano Parkway. So this is an apartment complex over here that actually was, I believe, owned by Coulter Homes. Originally, Coulter Homes, from my understanding, was going to build in Central Park. So this apartment complex is part of Central Park, but it's not, they're going to have their own amenities. They don't have access to all the amenities here in Central Park. This is called Alton Central Park Apartment Homes. So if you're looking for an apartment and you want to be in Central Park, look into this apartment complex. Now, the first couple builders we're going to drive by are Taylor Morrison and Miranda Homes. Again, there's certain builders I'm not promoting today. I won't discuss it on video. So this is going to be the Taylor Morrison section. Again, all the homes in here are going to be from Taylor Morrison. I think they have 7 different floor plans. I do have some walkthrough tours that I have to go back and redo. But this is this is a brand new community overall here. They have single-story homes and 2-story homes. And if you're looking to build in here, let's say you're looking to build a brand new home and pick all your finishes, Taylor Morrison offers both design packages where they have like 7 different design packages where it comes with certain tile, certain countertops, certain bathroom tile, and etc. And then they also allow you to pick and do everything a la carte, which you get to choose everything, but generally it's going to be a little bit more money to do that if you do go that route. So as you can see, they have some waterfront lots. I'll never call these lakefront. Like they always say it's a lakefront, but it's not a lakefront. It's more of a pond. They still have a good amount of homes to build in here, but I would say in the next year and a half, they'll probably be completely sold out in this community. All the homes here are concrete block construction, or CBS. Now that's another thing to point out. So hurricane impact windows and doors are not standard with any of the builders here in Central Park. Let me repeat that. Hurricane impact windows and doors are an option or an upgrade when building with any of the builders in Central Park. So don't be fooled, but here's what to expect. They're telling us $15,000 to $20,000 added cost if you want to upgrade a hurricane impact windows and doors. If at anything you're going to upgrade, make sure you get the hurricane impact windows and doors. Not that we're in a high risk zone for hurricanes here in Port St. Lucie. It's more energy efficient. The inside of your home will be quieter when you have hurricane impact windows and doors. So again, hurricane impact windows and doors are not included in any of the prices in Central Park. You always have to pay extra to have those when building your home. So now let's head over to where Lennar is at. That's another builder in here. So we just left Taylor Morrison. These are across the street. This is another rental community. I've never been inside here. They're kind of like casitas from what they told us, like small casitas. So you will have some rental communities within Central Park. Plenty of areas if you want to walk, ride a bike. And over to the left is the new Lennar model. They just finished that one up. So we are on Roma Circle. So this is Lennar. I haven't physically been inside Lennar yet to look at their models. But this section right here is going to be where D.R. Horton's at. I'm not a big fan of D.R. Horton. They are an entry-level price point. You can do your own research of all the complaints that you'll find across the internet and everywhere else about their customer service and everything else in the world about D.R. Horton. So let's zoom out of here and go back to the other areas within Central Park. And yes, this is probably going to be a very long video, but it's almost as if you're in the driver's seat with me. So if you live out of state and you want to know what it's really like driving through these neighborhoods, luckily today the weather's really nice. So that's a plus. Back in January, February, we had some crappy weather, needless to say, around here. And again, just a reminder, if you're looking to buy a home here in Port St Lucie, Florida, it doesn't cost you a single penny to use me as your real estate professional. The builders and sellers pay all of our commissions. I'm an independent broker. I own my own real estate company. I do not charge even a transaction fee or an additional commission like most brokerages charge you in your closing costs. So regardless if you're looking for a new construction home or a resale home in Port St Lucie, Florida, or the surrounding areas, I can help you with any of that when you're ready to move here and purchase a home. Now let's drive by the amenities real quick. We'll do a quick circle. So you got your clubhouse. The pool, I think, is done, or it's going to be done here real soon. Clubhouse is almost done. Lots of green space over here. You're going to have a basketball court. You're going to have pickleball courts. So if you like pickleball, they're going to have pickleball courts here, a lot of them. Then they have 2 tennis courts. Yeah, 2 tennis courts, and I believe 4 pickleball courts. So again, this is going to be a nice community once it's done, for sure. And the location is really good. Real quick, if you're enjoying today's video and this style of video, please take the time to leave comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button. It will help me understand what viewers are looking for if this style video is informative and gives you a better perspective of the areas in general. I figured these videos are a little bit easier to just kind of do like a larger overview of an area rather than just doing these walkthrough tours of every model, because then you don't really get to see the rest of the area in general. So let me do another U-turn real quick and go back around the amenities here in Central Park. In a builder, so they got a nice dog park right here. So let's get out and walk around real quick and show you the amenities, and then we'll continue on with today's tour. So there's going to be 2 sections on the dog park here. You're going to have the area for the smaller dogs. And then you're going to have the area for the larger dogs. And this is a good sized dog park. Compared to a lot of the dog parks that we see in some of the communities, this is a good size for the larger dogs. And again, right across the street here, Lennar is building some of their homes right here. How you doing? So you got Lennar right here. So Lennar is building kind of on around this whole area right here. It's where a lot of Lennar's homes are going to be at. And one thing that everywhere in Port St Lucie, if you move into a gated community or a master plan community, all the electrical will be underground. So all the power, the power lines, electrical is underground. and they're gonna have centralized mailboxes in all the new communities. Basically, the Postal Service is mandating this for whatever reason, but you're gonna have the centralized mailboxes throughout any new community here in Port St Lucie. Now let's talk a little bit about CDD fees and the monthly HOA fees. So here in Central Park, the CDD fees are kind of high overall. They're $2,300 a year for the yearly CDD fees, which is a community development district fee. That basically is what's paying for all of what you just saw today so far. All the infrastructure, the amenities, which would be the community pool, the clubhouse, that gets added into your annual property taxes. And usually CDD fees are going to last about 30 years. Now there's advantages and disadvantages of this. Everybody has their opinion on that. But instead of most builders, if they say they don't have a CDD fee, what they do, they just actually add it into the purchase price of your home, which then, if it's $2,300 a year, over 30 years is $60,000, $70,000 that they would have to add it into the price of the home, which in return, you're just gonna pay more money in your property taxes anyways. You're gonna have to finance more if you're buying the house. So I would rather pay the CDD fee in most cases, but $2,300 a year is a lot for a CDD fee. The yearly HOA fees are just under $400 a month. Now, what does that cover? If you buy a home here in Central Park, all it's going to cover is the irrigation of your lawn. Basically, they're going to water your grass from the lakes and ponds. That's all that your monthly HOA dues cover. You're going to still have to cut your own lawn. You're going to have to do your own outdoor pest control to try to keep the grub worms, the chinch bugs, and just insects in general from destroying your grass. Internet, cable TV, HBO, alarm monitoring are not included here like communities in tradition. So when you're looking at the HOA fees, yeah, they're lower, but you're also going to still have to do all the work yourself. And one of the other things that I say is going to be a con, because I'm very transparent with my clients, is that when you live in a community where the HOA does not cover certain things, especially lawn care and maintenance, now you have to worry about your owner next door maintaining their lawn, meaning cutting their lawn, taking care of it. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're considering a community anywhere here in Port St Lucie, Florida. Now let's look at the clubhouse. We just walked by the children's area over here. They got a little tot lot over here. Nice clubhouse. 2 sections to it. I believe this is going to be the gym straight ahead. Again, it's not open yet. I haven't been inside here yet because of course it's not open, but it's going to have a massive pool. Let's sneak over here real quick. Hopefully get a decent view. So this is going to be a huge gathering area for all the residents. It's a big pool. So I expect during the summer months, this place is going to be busy as heck with families. This will be definitely more of a family-friendly community because of the amenities. I'm assuming this is going to be one of the other entrances into the pool area. This is just going to be an open area inside of here. So tell me what you think about Central Park here in Port St Lucie so far in the comments below. And if this is a community you would consider calling home if you moved here to Port St Lucie, Florida. All right, let's go check out. They're gonna have a covered area. I forget what this is. What are they called? Pergolas coming up? I'm not real good with the names of some of these things sometimes, but this is gonna be another area. I'm guessing they're gonna have lawn chairs or lounge chairs over here in this area. And let's get another view, best we can, of the pool here. All right, let's jump back in the truck and continue driving around here and get a better feel of this community before we wrap up today's video. So this next neighborhood we're going to in Central Park is going to consist of both Ryan Homes and Miranda Homes. Again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Ryan Homes. They have an overall decent product. They are going to offer both villas or twin homes here in this section, along with single family homes. In regards to Ryan Homes, here's some of the key points to point out. So on the interior of the homes, all the interior doors are going to be 6 foot 8 inches. Ceiling height is going to be a little bit lower than some of the other builders. I don't remember the exact height on these, but I believe they're going to be 9 foot, which is still high compared to older homes. And then you're going to have Miranda Homes, which is going to offer different options. They have 8 foot interior doors. Again, all the homes here are concrete block construction, unless you get up to the 2-story homes. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. So you kind of zoom in right here, what I was talking about, not having hurricane shutters. So if you see these dots above the window and below the window, that tells you that these are not hurricane impact windows. So again, there's a lot of different floor plans here in this area of Central Park. Again, you have Miranda Homes, which offers more upgrades, higher ceilings, and also higher doors. So the interior doors, you have an option to go up to the 8 foot doors with Miranda Homes, whereas you can kind of get an idea here. If you're looking at the front door right now, this is more of a 84-inch door or 80-inch front door. Somebody's got their St. Patty's Day decoration up already. So again, Ryan Homes are going to be more affordable, but they're also cutting back on certain things to make their homes more affordable. You are allowed to fence in the backyard. Got the guy right there cutting his lawn. So again, you have to maintain your own lawn, since you're only going to be paying about $400 a year for your yearly homeowner association fees. Again, overall, it's going to be a nice community. I just worry in this area about people maintaining their lawns, because it is expensive if you got to pay for your own pest control. As soon as your grass starts getting grub worms, chinch bugs, certain insects, it can kill your grass really quick. And most people don't want to spend the money. They'll just let the grass die. But then you do have to worry about the homeowner association stepping in and forcing them to do it. So that is one of my biggest concerns here in Central Park, is really people maintaining their lawns at the end of the day. Now again, they're going to use the water from the lakes or ponds for irrigation, but you as an owner have to maintain your sprinkler system. So your sprinkler pump, your sprinkler heads, all that's on you as a resident or an owner here in Central Park. So let's drive through this area before we head over to one of the last areas. And there's also going to be a section in here with townhomes. And I believe, not even sure who the builder is, honestly. But again, some of these homes in here will have hurricane impact windows, if the buyer's upgraded to that or not. And over here, so we are facing to the north right now. If you see that building in the background, that is the entrance into Astor Creek, which is the Treasure Coast's newest golf course community, or just newest golf course in the Treasure Coast. And the Treasure Coast is basically Jensen Beach, Stewart, Martin County, St. Lucie County, if that helps answer. So if you ever hear the word Treasure Coast, that's what it is. So again, let's kind of revisit again. So how do you tell that it's not hurricane impact windows? If you're looking at this right now, you'll see all the dots above the windows and below the windows. That means that you're going to have to put up those metal hurricane panels in the event of a hurricane. Whereas this home here, with Ryan Homes, the buyers on this home chose to do the upgrade with the hurricane impact windows. Ryan Homes does do some upgrades that other builders don't. They do use wood framing on the inside. Instead of the metal framing, they're using the wood, which in my opinion is actually better on that scenario. Again, I'm not trashing any of the builders. My dad was a contractor. I grew up on construction sites, so I've seen it. All the homes here will have shingle roofs, if you didn't notice that in the video already. And again, you're going to notice that in my videos, I always point out more details of all the homes, because viewers want to be informed. At the end of the day, viewers, once you start your search, you do want to know what you're paying for at the end of the day when buying a home. So this way also too, it helps you determine which home is a better value to you based on the knowledge you may have. Another thing to point out, which I can't point out today, we've had a lot of people ask about with the air conditioned systems, and do they have the returns, so the ductwork with the returns throughout the house. Most builders, especially in this price point and on the smaller homes, rarely have any type of returns. Now, when you get into a little bit larger homes, yes, they'll have 1 or 2 returns. So if you're super critical about your home having the returns in every room, you're going to have to look into the custom home builders if you want that in your particular property. Just kind of FYI. So right now, we are over in the townhome section. So you notice here, these townhomes are being built by D.R. Horton. As much as I'm not a fan of D.R. Horton, what I do like is that the whole upstairs, unless I'm missing something, is completely concrete block construction. That is what you want if you're buying anything 2-story. So again, these are the townhome sections here in Central Park. But what I have not heard yet is if they are selling these or if these are going to be rentals. Again, I heard originally these were rentals, but they could be for sale. But I'm still waiting to find out and confirm, since I'm trying to do my research and get information on this neighborhood in general. So let's head back out of here and go check out the rest of the area. Now you notice too, so if you're looking at a townhome, let's kind of zoom in on the backside again. So they're gonna have a little backyard. Can you fence this in? I don't know, but the backyards are gonna be very small. There is another community called Cadence at Tradition, where you have a big backyard. If you want to buy a townhome and you're looking at something under $400,000, they have really nice townhomes with huge backyards that you can fence in. So it's almost like living in a single family home. Just check out my channel and you'll find the other videos for the different communities. And right now we are heading west. So this is direction we're going is west. Again, this is going to be part of Astor Creek out there. You can kind of see some of the homes in the background over here. And there's going to be a lot of growth in general in Port St Lucie, this area in general, for many, many years to come. So this area has grown a lot. Currently, there's about 240,000 residents in the city of Port St Lucie. Now let's talk about property taxes while we're kind of heading out of this section. So property taxes are always a sore subject when people that live in Port St Lucie after all these years, they always complain about how expensive taxes are in Port St Lucie. And let me give you my thoughts on where a lot of people are misinformed. They're not misinformed. They're looking at it in the wrong way. So years ago, Port St Lucie, the values, overall values in St. Lucie County, which would be Fort Pierce, Indian River, Port St Lucie. So property values were a lot lower. It still costs the same money for a city and a county to provide services, water, sewage, road maintenance, you name it. So if the homes at one point were only worth $100,000, let's go back to, let's say, the late 1990s, for say, and you could buy a brand new home in Port St Lucie back then for around $100,000, give or take. Don't hold me to the exact number. So that home for $100,000 takes just as much for the police department, the fire department, everything else you can think of that you're paying taxes on to run this area. Now, if you were to go down to like Palm Beach County, like West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, so let's say it costs the same money for the same services, sewage, water, the police department, the fire department, just hospitals, not hospitals, but the ambulances, all that stuff. Well, the homes are worth a lot more money down there than they are here. So the millage rate in Port St Lucie has to be higher to sustain and afford the cost. Now, fast forward that we have property values have gone through the roof in the last 20 years. The average home up here is $350,000, $400,000 starting price. Well, now the taxes seem high. Yes, they do when you're paying almost 2.3 on the millage rate, but you can buy a brand new home for $400,000, $450,000. Would you rather buy a home at that price and pay 2.3 to be in a new area of Port St Lucie, Florida? Or would you rather spend $700,000, $800,000 for a older home that your insurance is going to be higher on, smaller home, and it needs to be completely remodeled in Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, West Palm Beach, and you're going to spend $650,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 for a lesser home? And then the property taxes there are around 1.9 on the millage rate, just a good rough estimate. So you can calculate your own numbers, and paying 2.3 here on the millage rate for a much more affordable home, and your yearly homeowner's insurance is going to be way cheaper here. So people complain about the property taxes all the time in Port St Lucie, and my opinion is they're not looking at it in the right way, where it's actually cheaper to live in Port St Lucie than other areas. So that's enough rambling on about that, but that kind of gives you a heads up. Again, every community in Port St Lucie is going to be different. If you're in a new community, most likely you're going to have CDD fees. So anywhere in tradition on the newer communities, you're going to have some type of CDD fee. If you go to any of the other communities on like Veranda Landings, Veranda Preserve, Veranda Oaks, down off of Southwest Becker Road, which is a totally different area, you have high CDD fees there as well. So again, just keep that in mind that no area is perfect when you decide to move to Port St Lucie, Florida, but at least everything is newer. The homes are newer. There's a lot of advantages to calling Port St Lucie home. So let's drive by. I think this is Lennar right here as well. So let's see if this is Lennar. Actually, this is D.R. Horton again. So again, D.R. Horton, their biggest complaint right now that we are seeing, if you go onto YouTube and do any searches, like right there is your metal shutters. Let's kind of sidetrack real quick. So those are your metal hurricane panels. So if you don't have hurricane impact windows, which this home does not, which all of the DR Horton over here, I believe, will not have hurricane impact windows, those are your metal hurricane shutters that you're going to have to put up in the event of a hurricane. They're actually pretty easy to put up, but it's no fun when you got to do it last minute. And if you don't live here, it's kind of hard to do it. Then you got to pay somebody to put them up. You got to make sure that you have all your wing nuts. But again, this is the DR Horton section, or part of the DR Horton section here in Central Park. It doesn't look like anybody lives here yet. I'm actually in shock. The amount of homes, and there's no cars yet. I thought I saw some homes that were completed. But again, DR Horton is going to be the more affordable price point on a home builder. The inside here of DR Horton, this product over here, they're using the metal studs inside the house, where I believe one of the other houses, no, that was Ryan Homes. They use metal studs, which is common with most builders. So that's kind of comical. That's one of the superintendents that just pulled up in that red vehicle, asking me what I was doing. Too bad he didn't know I was critiquing DR Horton a little bit. So what I just heard from him is that in this community, why there's no people living here right now is because they're still waiting on water meters for this section. There's 28 homes sold already in here, but people cannot move in until the water meters are installed and they can get the CO. He also informed me that DR Horton, which this is kind of what I talked about before. So DR Horton now just took away 29 days. They want this section of homes to be built 29 days faster. And this is where I go back to quality of construction. When you force superintendents to get the homes done faster, a month quicker, I think he said they're at 5 or 6 months or something like that from start to not start to finish. 5 to 6 months, I think he said, after they get permits. Now they want to take away 29 days, 30 days. That causes issues with quality control. So again, not to bash DR Horton, but do your own research before you buy any home from any builder. At the end of the day, that concerns me, because you cannot rush a house. That forces all the subcontractors, like all these guys over here working on a Sunday, to cut corners because they have to get the house done. Otherwise, they don't get paid. So again, this is DR Horton. Not my favorite builder for multiple reasons, but I'm just here to give you facts and opinions of what I see day to day in this business. If you appreciate that, smash that like button, leave comments. It really helps my video out. So let's kind of go back again. So we're going to talk about the townhomes. What he did tell me about the townhomes is these are going to be for sale. They're not going to be for rent. I think there is a section in here for rent, but DR Horton, that's the DR Horton townhomes over there. These are going to be for sale. I have no clue how much. This is probably the rental. This is called Tridiki at Central Park. I could be calling it wrong. So this is going to be the rental section, I'm assuming, right here. This is my first time driving through this section. So this whole area is still waiting for their water meters. So apparently a lot of the builders out here are waiting for the water meters to be installed by the city before people can start moving in. But this is definitely an apartment complex the way it's looking. The driveways are going to be tiny here. I'm assuming it's going to have a 1-car driveway. So let's get out of here before I get a flat tire or get a nail in my tire like I have in the past. And before you come down to Port St Lucie, Florida, let me give you some tips and advice. before you come down here, and if you're looking at new construction, Kim and Kirk, if you're watching this video, I know you will, don't bring your expensive shoes, your Air Jordans. Bring either rain boots in case it is raining, because we had that with 2 of my clients, and bring cheap shoes that you don't care if they get dirty, because you will be walking around in dirt looking at new homes when you're down here visiting. So if I can give you any great advice, that's probably the best advice I can give you before you come down here. And also, before you come down here, make sure you schedule with me before you visit any of the builders. We get paid on commission, and the only way we get paid our commission is if we are with you during the initial visit at any builder. Even if you scheduled online, that's fine. All we have to do is let them know that you're working with a realtor, and as long as I show up with you on the initial visit, the builders will compensate us as realtors. Again, you're not saving any money by not having us. We're going to be your eyes and ears. And again, that's why these videos are important, to point out all the details, the good and bad of all the areas here in Port St. Lucie or anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're looking to move. You could be moving to Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Palm Bay. Every builder, every location has its good, its bad, its ugly, pros, cons, whatever you want to call it. So, just little insight for you. Now, let's drive through. So let's do a recap, because we're about done over here. If you're looking to buy a home here in Central Park, the CDD fees are $2,300 a year added to your property taxes. The yearly homeowner association fees are $395. That's just going to cover your irrigation on the outside for watering your grass. You got to maintain your sprinklers, your sprinkler pump. Then you'll have access to all the amenities, the clubhouse, the community pool, the dog parks, the tennis, the pickleball. What else did we miss over there? Tennis, pickleball. Yeah, I already lost. And the tennis court, pickleball, and basketball court. You'll have a lot of amenities here. You're right off of Crosstown Parkway. Great location. And builders-wise, here would be my top 2 choices if I was to build a home in Central Park. I would go with either Miranda Homes or Taylor Morrison, then Lennar. Again, Ryan Homes has an overall decent product, and D.R. Horton, based on the conversation I just had with superintendent, again, I would never buy a D.R. Horton home personally. That's my opinion. I have every right to say that. But Taylor Morrison has a good product. Miranda Homes has a good product. And again, no builder's perfect. Don't get me wrong. But Miranda Homes, which we're going to drive by right now, coming up. So you got Ryan Homes right here. They have a handful of floor plans. I wish I could afford that Mercedes Sport Utility right there, but I can't. And in Miranda Homes, they have both single-story and 2-story homes. If you decide to call, again, make sure you contact me first. I work with Teresa over here at Miranda Homes. Now, again, right now, hurricane impact windows and doors are an option, but they do offer more upgrades. So if you're looking to do a custom home, or not a custom, if you want to choose your tile, your countertops, Miranda Homes and Taylor Morrison, you're able to do that. And if you're wondering how long of a drive it is to Tradition, we're going to leave Central Park and drive down to the heart of Tradition, and I'll tell you exactly how long it takes to get there, just for some added information for today's video, because that is important for a lot of people. They want to know how close they are to everything else. So we're going to get started right now. It is 10:26 based on my clock. And let's see how long it takes to get over to Tradition from here. And we're going to basically speed up this video once I get done talking to see how long it actually takes to get over there. We are officially in Tradition. It's been basically 4.5, 5 minutes. Over to the left, which will be on the east side of Village Parkway, this is the Landings at Tradition, a huge shopping center that has pretty much everything you can need. Over to the right is a community called Bedford Park. These consist of single-family homes and townhomes, and this is all walkable to the downtown area of Tradition. Again, you got the entrance to Veranda Landings, or it's actually the Landings at Tradition, not Veranda Landings, but the Landings at Tradition. Got your Publix over here. There's a Fresh Market over there, a Target, a lot of other shops and stores, and everything's continued to grow around this area. Well, that wraps up today's video of driving through Central Park and through the Tradition area. If you enjoyed today's video, please take the time to smash that like button, give this video a thumbs up, leave comments of what you liked about the video, and if you would like me to do more videos just like this one of different areas, it would better inform me what the viewers like yourself are looking for before moving here. Again, make sure you sign up. Don't take that back. Again, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Go down into the description below. Follow me on social media. We are going to be posting upcoming events, what's happening in Port St Lucie, and so much other important information for those that are looking to move this area. And it's another way for you to stay in touch with me when you're ready to make your move here to Port St Lucie, Florida. And my name is David Rogers. I'm a licensed real estate broker. If you're looking to move to Port St Lucie, Florida, you're looking to purchase a home, regardless if it's new construction or resale homes, I encourage you to call me, text me, shoot me an email, and reach out to me anytime, and we will see you on the next video coming out real soon.